All right, Rob, thanks so much for that. It is 7:22 now.
Still to come, a Michigan group holding events aimed at helping people deal with grief. We're talking to a guest live about why this is needed right now more than ever. Welcome back. For some dealing with seasonal affective disorder of the season, on top of the uncertainty of the last couple of years, the grief can be piling on and particularly difficult to handle.
Hospice of Michigan hoping to help people better manage their grief. We are joined this morning by Carly Whetstone. She's the Grief Support Services Manager for Hospice of Michigan. Good morning, Carly. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about some of the services. You guys have been really all hands on deck during the pandemic, helping people from home. Tell us about the services that you offer.
Yeah, so we've switched all to virtual right now, and a huge reason for that is our COVID numbers, or the COVID numbers statewide, I should say. But the plus side to that is that we've been able to reach far more people with this. So we have lots of different support groups, and those are open to the community. And now you don't have to just be in Grand Rapids to meet the Grand Rapids support groups. You can go to the ones on the east side or the ones up north as well. So some of those groups are, we have a bunch called Living On, and then we have kind of specified who or, what those Living On groups are for. So we have a support group for young adults who have lost someone. We have a support group for those who have lost somebody due to COVID. And of course, that is a newer one. We have a Living On support group for those who have lost their spouse or their partner, the adult loss of a parent, and then kind of vice versa, the loss of an adult child. We have several other seminars and webinars and kind of one-time things that will teach on what grief is, what we can do with all that grief, because yeah, like you said, it's a tough time for everyone, not just those who have lost someone, but certainly on top of all the other things going on in the world. It's been, a time of grief and loss for a lot of people.
Carly, what do you think these support groups bring to folks who are experiencing really any level of grief right now?
The biggest thing I see is just a sense of unity and togetherness and support. I think with isolation, in just the isolating factor of grief and losing somebody, this is a space for people to come together and meet others who have lost someone and grieve together. And that sense of community can do so much healing for others. And of course, we have trained staff that help kind of guide conversation and help people to process all the loss and the feelings that come up associated with that grief.
And so someone wants to participate, how do they learn more about the different sessions and how do they get involved? And is this open to anyone?
Great question. Yeah, so our support groups are open to anybody. We largely see a lot of our family and friends of our patients, but it is open to community members as well. We have more information on our website at hom.org. You'll see up top that there's a little grief support tab on our website, and you can find a flyer with all of our support groups on that, as well as calling our patient helpline. The number's up there. It's 888-247-5701. And we can always get you plugged in from there.
Carly, anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. You can find more information on our website, or you can always call as well.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.